We want to jump over now in the U.S. Congress race, District 1. Ed Case with a big lead. Let's check in with our Manolo Morales. Manolo.
Thank you very much, Joe. Well, yeah, obviously a very happy camp here with Ed Case running for Congress, perhaps one step closer to making it back to Congress. I'm just going to grab him real quick here. Ed, if you don't mind, if I could grab you real quick for a minute. Thank you so much. Well, you saw the numbers, a commanding lead. Professor John Hart has pretty much declared you a winner after that first printout. And how are you feeling about that?
Well, we're feeling incredibly good about that first printout. That's an awesome That's an awesome first printout.
It's a big lead.
It's incredible. It's far more than I was expecting at this time of the night. It's everything that we really hoped for at this stage in the campaign and this stage of election night. So we're really, really happy at this point. But as they say, it's not over until it's over, and we'll see what people thought on the election day.
But you've been out there. I know you say I was told, like, for the past 9 weeks, you started your day the same way. You get up early, 4 o'clock in the morning, sign waving from 5:30 on. And was this the reaction you were getting, this 43% lead?
You know, I really, really felt good out there on the campaign trail. You know, we were sign waving, we were canvassing, we were going door to door, we were talking to folks in their homes, in their stores, in their businesses, in the parking lot. You know, I walked my entire district, start to finish, Makapu'u to Kahe Point, 62 miles. I was talking to people along the way, and we really, really felt good all the way through the campaign. From the first day I went out sign waving and canvassing, I thought we had a good, solid shot. And so, but you know, you have to work hard all the way through, and I think we ran a great overall campaign, and we had incredible supporters, folks that joined us along the way, folks that worked hard for us. I'm just so appreciative of them.
You always end the sign waving, the last place you go to is Manoa, so that's the last place you stop today. Why is that?
You know, and I choke up when I talk about this, and I'm choking up right now. You know, the voters of Manoa gave me my first shot, and they supported me, and they supported me when I was in office, and they supported me when I went for higher office. And so it's a gesture of appreciation that I close all of my campaigns in the same place, and I run through the tape, as they say, and I sign wave until 6 o'clock. And that's what we did. My entire family and I sign waved through 6 o'clock, and then we came down here. So it was, you know, to the voters of Manoa, I cannot thank you enough for the chance you've given me, and now hopefully the chance you've given me to represent you again.
You jumped into this race at the last possible moment, the final day. And what was it that actually spurred that on? I mean, what made you actually join in?
You know, I really thought that I was out of politics. I honestly thought I have a great job, and I feel valued at Outrigger Hotels. I feel valued as part of our tourism industry, and I've enjoyed immensely the last 5 years. But as I watched kind of what was happening with our country up in Washington, and the dysfunction and the fighting and just the inability to get anything done, I really felt that we needed to stop fighting and start solving our problems and start talking a little bit more, start trying to find some solutions, and I felt like I could offer that to that. I've done that my entire career in both politics and in the private sector. And then I also was taking a look at our congressional delegation, and you know, we need a strong delegation always in Congress. A very, very strong team there, and with Congresswoman Hanabusa coming out of that, it's a huge puka. And so I really felt that with my experience and with my knowledge of the federal government, 7 years on Capitol Hill already, I could go in there and contribute to Hawaii as part of that team. But that was my pitch. And
I want to get your lovely wife over here, Audrey Nakamura, also. I know you were trying to get away, but here, okay. I asked him about why he jumped in so late in the race, and of course he had a very valid answer there. But I have also a theory of why he jumped in so late. Is he had to wait till the most opportune time to ask you first before you would allow him to go in the race. What do you think about that?
I knew it was going to happen. I had it in my, I could feel it happening after we were in Philadelphia for that
Reformers Caucus. We went up there to join about 200 former members of Congress, all of whom want to reform our government. We went up to join them.
You already
right.
And so maybe you, well, go ahead.
Yeah, but we saw a lot of friends that we knew, and they still stay very, very involved in their own communities and everything. But after we came back to the hotel, you know, I could I could feel it already. You know.
Well, in that case, she knew before I knew that I was going to do it.
I was going to say,
I kept my mouth shut.
when did he ask, though? When did he actually ask?
He didn't ask. He just said, "So what, honey? What you think?" And I said, "Okay, let's go."
That's literally what happened. It was about a 10-second conversation. Should we really do this? And she goes, yeah, we should really do this.
How many days was that before the
It
deadline?
was about 14, 15,
Yeah.
16 days. It was the middle of May. It was way late. And again, it took me a while to decide that, you know, that I wanted to go back into that life and lead the life that we've had. So there was a moment or two when I really wondered whether it was the right decision. But after I made the decision and after we started the race, there was no doubt in my mind that it was the right thing to do. And win or lose, it was the right thing to do. And
Is it the right thing to do?
It's the right thing to do. Yeah, absolutely.
If it means moving back to Washington, D.C. and going back and forth,
Well,
we're ready to do that
We're
again.
ready to do it. It's easier now because all our children are grown up. They're adults. They're all working. And that's you know, it's time for him to really dedicate himself to what he loves.
I want to give you a hard time about one more thing, if you don't mind. Your campaign manager can't be here today, I was told. Explain why.
you know, Crystal Rose is my campaign manager. Crystal and I have been friends for decades since law school. She's been my partner, she's been my friend, she's been my confidant, she's been my campaign manager in many of my campaigns. And I went to Crystal and said, will you help me manage this campaign? And she said, of course I'll help you manage this campaign, but the only problem is my son is getting married on primary election day. And so I want to say to Crystal and Rick Towell, her husband, and to Mark Towell and Tani, they're now married and they're celebrating their wedding reception right now. You know, this one's for you. We wish you could be here, but we're so happy for you and for Mark and Tani.
He picked a fine day. I mean, I'm sure it was planned well ahead of this, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, well it was planned before I decided to get in the race. So Crystal really just ran and managed a beautiful campaign. She deserves incredible credit. And actually we're going to go out there and join them tomorrow and at their post-reception reception.
You know, and not to bring up a sad note, but I know you had already told me also, in addition to all the sign waving that you did today, you had to go to a funeral for a friend, and I don't know if you just want to mention anything about that real quick.
Yeah, you know, Blaine Yokota was my associate general counsel, my co-counsel at Outrigger. He was an absolute incredible lawyer. He was an incredible friend. He was somebody that I had incredible respect for. And he died very tragically of pancreatic cancer a few months ago after a very short illness. And so there was no way that I wasn't going to go to his services today. And so I went and paid my respects to his family and spent some time with friends that knew Blaine. And you know, it was something that put it all in perspective for me in the middle of a very intense day.
You know, obviously you're the candidate out of all you're facing, is that you have the experience in Congress, and I don't know what is the most valuable lesson you learned in the 2002, 2007 when you served.
You mean since then?
While you were there.
Oh, you know, it really is about relationships. The relationships that you make with your fellow colleagues in Congress are really, really important. You know, there are times when you're going to be partisan, you're going to have a knockdown, drag-out partisan fight, and that's okay, as long as it doesn't get personal. And then there are times that all members of Congress try to help each other, accomplish things for their state. And then there are times when you simply try to help a colleague, whatever his or her party, on the expectation that they will help you when the time comes as well. And you know, I was taught that by an incredible guy, Spark Matsunaga, my boss.
You worked under him while he was a senator?
I went to work for U.S. Representative Spark Matsunaga when I was 22 years old on Capitol Hill. And I worked for him for 3 years. He ran for the Senate and succeeded during that time. And so I had 3 good years with Spark Matsunaga. And he taught me so many things, but one of them was that relationships really count. And you never burn your bridges. And you never say, well, because you're a Republican or a Democrat, I'm not going to have a relationship with you. You never do that. You never know when those relationships can be brought to bear for something that you believe in or that is good for Hawaii. And, you know, one of the incredible things for me about tonight is knowing that I have a shot at representing the same seat in Congress that Spark Matsunaga represented. And that is an incredible honor and obligation in my mind. So that means a great deal to me that somehow we look back to my time with Spark that was so incredibly influential on my life. I mean, had I not gone to work for him at 22 years old, I would have had a much calmer life.
There were a lot of good reasons to run again this time around.
There were many good reasons. There were many good reasons not to as well, but the good reasons to run came to the forefront, and I'm very happy that we did it.
Did you even try to talk him out of it?
No.
There's no talking him out of it.
No, we were committed from the beginning.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Obviously, so far so good tonight, and we'll enjoy the rest of the night and keep watching the numbers.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.